and welcome to my channel. So for today's video, I am going to be packing for a very long trip. In just a couple of days, I'm going to be heading out to visit some family, and it is a 16-hour car ride. And I will be driving for some of the 16 hours, but not all of it, so I obviously need to pack some things to keep myself entertained. Also, obviously have to pack my clothes, but let's start with the stuff that I will be keeping with me in the car to, again, entertain myself. I was originally going to use a smaller duffel bag, but this one matches the suitcase that I'm using, so we're going to use it instead. For starters, I have my laptop and charger. I also need to remember to pack my charger for my phone and my iPad and all of those wonderful things, but I'm obviously not going to pack those right now because I don't leave for like well over 24 hours and I will need those chargers before then. Now this is my little cubby for my snacks. In here I've got a whole lot of candy, some Chex Mix, and a singular cup of ramen. I actually bought some more ramen, but it's the like packs of it instead of cups. So it is going to be going in our like larger container of food. And I'm trying to figure out if it would make more sense to actually put this in here or if it would make more sense to leave it out. I'm thinking leave it out and then it can kind of just float around the car. The next thing that I know I need to pack is some book options, and if you know me at all, you know that I'm not a super fast reader, so you're gonna think that I'm a little insane for the amount of books that I'm bringing for this 8-day trip, but here's the stack. This is all the books that I am planning on bringing, plus the book that I'm currently reading, which is called Butcher and Blackbird. But I thought it would be fun to kind of go through all of these books, maybe figure out which book I want to read next. The first one that I'm bringing is actually a classic. It is Emma by Jane Austen. I have recently become obsessed with the idea of like reading all the classics, specifically the ones like written by women. So Emma and Pride and Prejudice, which I've actually never read either of those books, haven't seen any of the movies, and I really want to read the books before I see the movies. So I thought I would go ahead and start on that. The next book I have is actually a more recent purchase, and it was mainly because I really like the cover. Also the sprayed edges, but this is called The Empress, and I think it is so cute and so pretty. I've talked about it in a couple of recent videos, but I am trying to get more into fantasy because my main like go-to for reading is romance, or not horror, mystery. That's the word I'm looking for. But every time I read a fantasy novel, I end up really liking it, so I kind of want to get more into that genre, and I think this could be a great place to start. Next up, we have The Housemaid. I've always seen this book and been super interested in the concept, but I never really got around to reading it, obviously. But when I saw that it was being turned into either a movie or a TV series, I decided that I wanted to read it before I watch it. And I'm not sure if they're done filming yet or if it's coming out anytime soon, but I'm honestly really excited. I think the cast looks pretty interesting, and like I said, definitely interested in the book, very excited for this one. Continuing on the mystery aspect, we have Two Can Keep a Secret. I absolutely love Karen McManus, which is the author of this book and a bunch of other really good mystery books. She's most famously known for the One of Us is Lying series, but I really love her writing, and I actually got this book for Christmas, and we're actually visiting the person that gave it to me, so I thought it would be fun to finally dig into this one. Next up, we have a collection of like mini stories from the series The Lunar Chronicles. This one is called Stars Above. I have been wanting to read this for a hot minute, but have never gotten around to it. Also, the couple of times that I have thought about getting it, it's been sold out at my local bookstore. So when I noticed recently that this one was back in stock, I got it immediately. And since it is like a compilation of a bunch of smaller stories, I think it'll be like a relatively easy, quick read, so I thought that would be nice for a road trip. This next book was actually given to me by one of my friends, but it has been on my TBR for like several years. It's called Turtles All the Way Down. I've always heard about this book, but never really looked that much into it, so when my friend offered to give it to me for free, I was like, yes, please. Thank you. And again, I think it's a pretty short book. The text is pretty big, so I think it would be great to read on a long drive. And last but most certainly not least, this was a book that was actually recommended to me by a Barnes & Noble employee, and when I read the back, I was super interested, and when they gave me a rundown of the plot, I was like, oh, that sounds really good. So I decided to get it, and it is called The Revenant Games, or at least that's how I think you pronounce it. It's been a minute since it was recommended to me, and I struggle with pronouncing words correctly. But if I remember correctly, it's a like fantasy world and it has vampires in it, which is super cool, and witches apparently. But I haven't actually read a vampire book before, to my knowledge. Not one that like stuck with me anyway. I've never read the Twilight series. I've never read, or actually even really seen, any media with vampires in it. So this is gonna be my first taste of that. I have very high hopes for it because I think it's super cute, if nothing else. But I do need to probably stop judging books by their covers, literally and like figuratively. But yeah, that is all the books that I am going to be bringing with me, plus again, like I said, the book that I'm currently reading. So we're just gonna put these in here and hope that they don't get too messed up on my travels. I'm not entirely sure how to put these in my bag where like they will get damaged the least, but it's okay because I can just rearrange stuff later. The next batch of things that I'm going to be putting into my little carry-on bag, if you will, is actually a couple of gifts that I am hoping to give to my sister and her husband. First off, they absolutely love Christmas, like keep their Christmas tree up year round, just change out the ornaments for different holidays. Love Christmas. So when I saw this Squishmallow at the thrift store the other day, I knew I had to get it for them. Isn't this so cute? And it's like a big one too. The big ones usually cost a lot of money. So I was like, this is an incredible purchase. This will be a great investment for them. Next up, I actually have some like matching stuff for me and my sister. We're both actually kind of obsessed with the like show Bluey, if you couldn't tell by the sweatshirt. And I saw these necklaces at like a dollar store the other day. It's just matching best friends necklaces, but it's Bluey and Bingo, and I just think it's so cute because I'm the younger sister and she's older than me. So my favorite character is Bingo, hers is Bluey, and I generally wear like gold jewelry, which Bingo is gold, and she generally wears silver jewelry and Bluey is silver. So I was like, this is perfect. I have to get it. And so I did. And I actually meant to give those to her, or the one to her at Christmas, but I completely forgot. So I'm going to be putting it in the bag to make sure that I don't forget to give it to her this time around. And the last gift that I'm going to be giving them is actually a hoodie for my brother-in-law. It has the Wicked logo on it. And it was actually on his like Christmas list this last year, but no one got it for him. And his birthday was a couple of months ago, and I had kind of forgotten about it. So I decided that I wanted to get something to make up for it. Like I said, eventually other things will go in this bag, but it's still a couple of days until we head out. So for now, I am done with this bag. Next up, we have this little bag that I usually just use to put shoes in. So we're gonna do that really quick. I'm going to be bringing 3 pairs of shoes, but I'm going to also be like wearing another pair, so technically a total of 4 pairs of shoes. I've got the black and white sneakers just to, I feel like that's a pretty solid one to have, a staple, if you will. I also have some Converse here. And lastly, these little high heels that I am planning to maybe wear with a cute little dress that I have planned. That was significantly faster than the last bag we packed. All done. So now we get to move on to packing all the clothes. This is the size of the suitcase that we're working with. Pretty big. As a matter of fact, so big that I'm going to scoot the camera back a little bit, and also so big that I might end up being able to use a smaller suitcase, but I'm going to start with a bigger because we can always go down a size and that be less chaotic for me. So this is actually kind of a last minute decision, but I think I want to do a little time lapse of me putting everything in here because I do have most, if not all, of the clothes that I need to pack ready and washed, so I won't be like waiting to get some stuff to put everything in. So I'm just going to full send, and I guess I will talk to you in a second. I did end up filling up the big suitcase pretty well, so I think I am going to just stick with that instead of trying to put everything in a smaller suitcase. But the only thing that I have to really pack now that I haven't done already is undergarments and toiletries, I believe. That's all that I have left, plus all the electronic stuff that I obviously haven't packed yet because, again, I'm still using that. Since I am going to be visiting my family in their homes, I am going to not vlog this trip because I don't want to invade their privacy or put them in danger possibly by like taking videos of their home and like where they live. So we're just gonna not even tempt fate with that one. And I think I should have quite a couple of videos backlogged for while I am on this trip, so I just don't have to worry about filming anything else. But if you did end up enjoying this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!